Spikes, I'm gonna take his soul. He was like, Spikes, I'm gonna take his soul. And I was like, what? I'm gonna take his soul. I want to see how bad he wants to play. Next play, they run a crowd behind me. Brian Dawkins. I said, oh my goodness. He gets up over him and just say, hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. I don't know what he's on, but I want some before the next game, though. I like B Dawkins. He was like, Spikes.
I like B. Dawkins too. Couldn't do nothing with him. Now imagine being a quarterback and thinking you about to dip on mofos with the ball and you got somebody like B. Dawkins coming out the woodwork and ragtag you. That's gotta suck. And even though we ain't talking about my Eagles right now, so what? I'm gonna always bring it back to my Eagles. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Really, we can talk about we talk about all the quarterbacks. My quarterback too, because they put themselves out there to get hurt. And I'm starting to not know how I feel about that. Hey Darnell, good morning. What you think about this topic? First of all, how you doing? Well, I hope. So I was watching that game, and that boy got hit. He got hit. He said, "You good? Good. That's what's up." Got hit something hard, and I low key feel like it was unnecessary and extra. Yes, it was a legal hit. That it may be. It was definitely fair game, but I don't know. And his teammates did what they were supposed to do when a quarterback get hit like that. They need to run because when they pass, vulnerable. Yeah, they need to run because when they pass, vulnerable. What do you mean? Or get better protection? No, he got hit because okay. So I'm talking about what is his name? Because I don't want to butcher a name. I'm talking about the Giants quarterback, a new quarterback too. That might have been his that might have been his welcome to the NFL moment if he hasn't already had some. But he had said to sum it up basically like he understands that he can get hit both in the pocket or outside of the pocket and that he's not playing soccer. Like this is not soccer. So I'm glad he understands. But if he fully understands, he gonna make sure his butt slides, kneels, or in that case, run out of bounds because they were going against my other guys, the Patriots. And what's that other guy's name? The guy that hit him, Christian Ellis, tore him up. I really feel like he did too much. Let's see, a linebacker. But when I was looking at both of them, they're both 6'2", and Christian Ellis weighs 231. And how much does? Oh shoot, I got rid of his thing. Hold on. I want to see how much Jackson Dart weighs. I just had it, but I just X'd out of it. Silly girl. Yeah, he's 6'2" as well, and he weighs 223. So he don't even have the other guy doesn't even have 10 pounds on him. So I guess we can't really say as far as size. the one that hit him, is bigger than him. He probably lifts more, but you can't say that. You can't assume that because my quarterback get it popping in the weight room. That's because he got a different type of dad. And I thought this was interesting because he got hit hard, very hard, and it's not like he was trying to run down the middle with it, but he also was trying to just coast the on the side, whatever you want to call it. He should have just went out of bounds, but he didn't. Hey, Cutting Edge. Yeah, I'm feeling froggy. Yeah, so let's talk some football. Let's talk some football real quick. I'm doing my live a little earlier than I normally do. So I have things to do, so I'm not going to be able to do it later, like later on in the morning, like I normally do, closer to like 9 something. They definitely need the proper protection. If I'm not mistaken, I had seen something for the documentary interview, whatever. Tom Brady made sure he hooked his folks up. I'm talking steak meals, gifts, all type of stuff. Them boys were satisfied and happy, and they knew where their bread was buttered. And they kept him protected. And you can always tell when they don't really rock out with the quarterback like that, or they're not happy about something, because they're definitely likely to let a certain hit slide, regardless if they want to admit it or not. Certain players. Jackson Dark, good morning, Miss B. Hey, Roy, good morning. So, what do y'all think? What is the NFL's commissioner name? What the hell is his name? Roger. It's still Roger, right? But even if I don't think he can just change it. I think it has to be voted on. Same with how they were trying to get rid of the tush push. But I ain't gonna lie, the moment, what the hell? Hold on. Anywho, the moment um Carson Wentz got fucked up, excuse my language, that's when my biases started kicking into place. 'Cause I was so upset. I ain't gonna lie. I was so upset in general. I was so upset with how he got hit. I was so upset that he thought he was Cam Newton or something out there. I was so upset that he wasn't the same after that hit. Crazy work. Because really, he got us to the point of where we needed to be to get the Super Bowl. But Nick took us over the finishing line. So I thought it was wild that they gave him a statue. If anything, it should have been 2 statues if they really felt the need to give someone a statue. But nevertheless, and mind you, his situation wasn't when he was running on the sideline. He was making a touchdown, if I'm not mistaken. But still, I don't know. I feel like quarterbacks should just throw the ball or pass it off and let the ones whose job it is to do that do that, while understanding that sometimes you just got to get it done, depending on the situation while you're in the mix of the game. Think about they standing in one place. They got a bunch of big 250 dudes coming at them full speed. They're vulnerable if they don't pass. Yeah, and that's a gag, like because there's plenty of times they have gotten pocket. Um, but in his case, he wasn't standing still. He decided to be Billy Badass and run the ball, like on the sideline or whatever. but he wasn't looking like he was about to go out of bounds. He was looking like he was trying to get as many yards as he could. And the Christian dude came out the woodwork on him. Something crazy. Hold on. My bad. Um, Let me see. When a quarterback is better today, they have to be smart about sliding. And I wouldn't even say it's better today. It just, how to say it? It's not that it's necessarily better. It's just more of a thing. Even though running quarterbacks have always been a thing, it just seems to be more of a thing, if I'm not mistaken, these days. And my thing is, there's people that get paid to do that. Like that's their sole job. I understand you have some quarterbacks that probably should be running backs or something because they fast, but still, your job is not to be doing that. It's not your sole job. And if anything, if you absolutely have to, like, okay, it's nitty gritty, is getting down to it, like, okay, you gotta bust a move. That's different. But now they just working that into place, like it's a given. They definitely gotta be smart about sliding. He should have, and in his case, he shouldn't have been trying to get no extra, what you call it. I understand, but at the same time, get out of there. Get out of there. I'm all behind in the chat. My bad, y'all. All right, Royally, be quicker with your decisions. Throw the ball away if you can't run. Isn't that a penalty? Or can't that be a penalty? Throwing that ball away, if I'm not mistaken. One of y'all answer that for me. He had no chance of scoring, and the game was basically over. Yeah, so it's like you put yourself out there for what? If I was his coach, we definitely would have been having a few different types of conversations because he could have really got hurt. And it's like, dang, they already done put him over whoever else they got for quarterback. I know they got Russell Wilson, if I'm not mistaken. But it's like, dude, he's learning. But it's their job to learn him too. Between his coaches, quarterback coach, defensive coordinator, vets that he played with, and I guess other teams, gonna learn you. Gonna learn you something good. Yeah, Roger Goodell. I don't know if he can do. I think he has to get whatever he wants to get. He has to get voted on, I guess, depending, unless it's showing out punishments to folks. Quarterbacks got to be better at their position. I mean, we got Hall of Fames that know how to play the position well and avoid taking as many hits. Yeah, and I don't think all quarterbacks have the mentality of on the field coach. 'Cause anytime I ever thought about a quarterback, I always think on the field coach because the game just moves so quick. Like, yeah, we practiced this, yeah, we talked about what we gonna do and blah blah blah, but you gotta be in prompt with it. And you do have to. That's one thing that makes Tom Brady great, the GOAT. It's not his arm strength or how fast he is or anything like that. His football IQ is something out of out of bounds. Like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And his dedication is ridiculous. Because that's just common sense. Why you put yourself out there? And like Roy said, you're not even in a position to where y'all gonna be able to score. And the game is basically over. What are you doing? This is not college. Because there's definitely a difference between playing college ball with grown men and coming to the NFL and playing football with grown men that have things to lose. Like this is their livelihood. This is where their bread is buttered. And next man up. You thought they was about to just sit here and let you just skip to your loo down the sideline without going outbounds, and that wasn't going to happen to you. I hope you don't do that again. They are better because the ends and linebackers are a lot faster now than the 90s. How even the tackles with Aaron Donald and tell me what tackle looked anywhere when someone better give. Sheesh. Only if there's no receiver in the draft. That is so annoying. Sorry, y'all. Hold on real quick. My bad. Oh, Lord. Let's see. Only if they're okay. I read that one already. Or if they're not getting rushed. James Jameis Winston would be the next option. Russell Wilson been trashed for years now. I consider him to be a journeyman. Russell Wilson now. And Winston been on how many teams he's been on? Last I think if I'm not mistaken, last I even thought about him. Wasn't he in Florida somewhere? Or am I bugging? I could be bugging, but I don't think so. I don't feel like looking it up. I swear he was in Florida last I thought of him. But shoot, the way that boy playing, Jackson, one of them gonna have to be up because he gonna get hurt if he don't switch something up. I don't understand. Like you are the quarterback. Your job primarily is to throw the football or to pass it off. But I'm saying, wasn't he in Florida at some point? I want to make sure I'm not bugging. I swore Winston, I seen him in Florida at some point. I think the last time I saw him. The people whose job to protect you, it's their job to protect you, whether you in the pocket or not. But you definitely don't need to be putting yourself out there. And just like you have quarterbacks, you said for the Bucks, okay, so I wasn't tripping. You have quarterbacks that low key, high key line a receivers up with the type of throws they throw them. I've seen and like they don't really peep, and that's why I said having a high football IQ and just being on it, you would know like okay, if I throw it over here, he's likely to get smacked by like three people, and about two of them he ain't gonna see it coming. But if I throw it over here, that's more of like a one-on-one matchup. You know what I'm saying? So he got a chance. They just be throwing it. And I've seen it, like I said, I've seen people get hit really hard off of crazy throws because obviously they don't control how the quarterback throws it, but it's their job to try to catch that mofo. But in a way, the quarterback does kind of control if the person catches it because it really depends on like how you threw it and if you were really keeping game to see like, okay, do I got an actual chance here? If that makes sense. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I don't know, man. I don't know how much time they really spend developing these players. I really don't think much time is spent. That next man up is literal. Because what they had Russell playing for however long. Oh, was matter of fact, correction, let me go back. Was he ever even a starting quarterback for the Giants? Because I really don't follow them because it's really F them, respectfully. But now that I'm thinking about it, when they drafted this Jackson boy, was he drafted to be the starting quarterback? Or did stuff just happen to where, okay, now it's next man up and he got to do his part? Who's still here with me? He said, yeah, like 3 games. Russell started for like 3 games, and that's when he got the axe for Jax. Dang, is that what happened, boy? He said like 3 games. So Russ started like 3 games. He obviously wasn't playing the way they wanted him to play, or maybe even the way he would like to play. Whatever, maybe I don't know. And then what? They gave him the axe for Jax. Russell was bad. They had to bench him. See, and then it's like when that happens, right? Like you said, they might have should have put Winston in and gave this other boy more time to develop. And that's just not even assuming that he needs more time to develop, but I don't know how much time these players really get to develop from the time that they're drafted to the time that they really get out there. And that's why sometimes when you see players get drafted and you know they're really good and you're like, yo, why they trying to, you know, stifle their greatness? Why they not trying to let them do their thing? Not even knowing, like, yo, we developing them. Relax. We got this. I think that They're not just thrown to the wolves. They have time to really be under certain players' wings, because that's a thing. Now, some players will do it. Some will tell you, I'm not taking nobody under my wing. You know what I mean? I always go back to Aaron Rodgers with that. I forget who the quarterback was that was like right under him on his heels, and he wasn't beat for trying to take him in under his wing and learn him anything. And I think he had that mentality because Brett Favre did him like that. So I had seen something where he had said, I was talking about this before. I had seen something where he had said, like, that's not my job. If he wants to learn something, he can just pay attention. And he came off like such a D head. Jordan Love, yeah, he came off like such a D head. But at the same time, it is what it is because it's a business, and not everybody has the team mentality like the us. I'm not gonna learn you up and make you be great, and then you're gonna take my spot. So, but if you want it, you're gonna get it regardless if a mofo put you under their wing or not. Like, yeah, I'm on your heels. You're not allowed to tell me I can't stand next to you or I can't pay attention to stuff you talking about, whatever. Oh well. I feel like that's what Aaron did. He bogarted his way in because Brett wasn't beat for teaching him nothing. But then you have some that will. And then you also gotta just take heed to the fact, like, even if it's not the starting quarterback, when you have veteran backups with history and experience, pick the brains, pick everybody's brain and learn what you need to learn. Because they not, it doesn't seem like I said, their focus is trying to develop players. And I think that's crazy work because there's a difference between college and NFL. The same way there's a difference between high school and college football. Dart was drafted to be the future. Okay. And if that's the case, you would think they would want to protect the investment. I don't know. I could be tripping. But I'm about to get out of here, guys. This wasn't going to be too long. He said Brady had Bledsoe. Steve Young had Joe Montana. Rogers had Favre. Most need to grow under someone. Peyton Mannings are very rare. And then when it comes to the Peyton Mannings, you got to keep in mind of who his family is, who his father is. You know what I'm saying? Between him and his brother, one, if not both of them, was going to do great things. If that was the last thing his family had to do, or make sure. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely agree. And even if they feel like, or if people are saying, oh, you stifling them, whatever, you want to make sure that they good. You don't want to throw them to the wolves. That's crazy work. And I bet you that young man, I would hope, wouldn't want to do that again because you got players like that that's gonna get you. And don't let you come across a Brian Dawkins type character because he gonna get you and feel real good about it. Most of them gonna get you and feel real good about it because it's like a slap in the face. Like, oh, you got a lot of nerve. You just think stuff is sweet. You gonna just run with the ball and not run out of bounds. Um, not kneel, not slide, not nothing. Like Flip said, not throw it away. What? Please. Okay. You're gonna find out something. And he did. Hopefully he don't do that again. His offensive coordinator and quarterback coach better have him watching all the film of quarterbacks that have done unnecessary, silly stuff and that have gotten cracked. He said, "Have a good day and glad we got this grounded situation over." He's silly. All right, thank y'all for being here. I appreciate it and appreciate you guys engaging in the conversation. I like this. And I hope everyone has a good day. Thank you to everyone that's going to watch the replay. Bye.